In the previous videos, we have seen what is a singular point and what is the residue of a singular point. Now, in this lecture, we will see what is Cauchy's residue theorem and what is the application of this theorem. Let us consider a function f of z and a closed curve C. Okay. So, before I state residue theorem, I would just give you a hint as to what it says so that you can state Cauchy's residue theorem on your own. So let us consider this closed curve C. Okay, this is how it is. Again, around Z2, we will have a small neighborhood. And also around Z3, you will have a small neighborhood. Okay, and these neighborhoods are not intersecting each other. So now, Cauchy's residue theorem, what does it help us to do? Instead of integrating f of z at every point on the curve, it will help us just to find the residues at the point z1, z2, z3 and sum it up. So now you can go through the theorem statement. If f of z is analytic at all points inside and on the closed curve C, except at the finite number of poles z1, z2, so on until zn, which are inside C, then integral over C. That's a small circle over the integral showing that it's a closed curve. Integral over C f of z dz is equal to 2 pi I into sum of the residues at zi. So this is what the theorem statement is. Now we will just apply this theorem in the problems and see how easier the integration part is. Let us look at this example. Find the value of integral over C e power z by z plus 1 the whole square dz around the circle modulus of z minus 1 equal to 3. So the first thing we will have to identify what is the function f of z given a problem like this. Now here f of z is e power z by z plus 1 the whole square. Next, identify what is the given closed curve. Here the given closed curve is modulus of z minus 1 equal to 3. So what do? Just rewrite it in this form. So this will be x plus iy minus 1 equal to 3 because z can be represented as x plus iy minus 1 equal to 3. This can be further simplified this way, bringing all the real terms together and the imaginary part. So this is how the equation becomes. So here you can just find the modulus and you will get it as a circle equation with center at 1, 0 and radius 3. Okay, it's of the form x minus a the whole square plus y minus b the whole square equal to a square. So now here is the circle. So you can just plot the circle on a graph, just a rough graph like this. The equation of the circle was x minus 1 the whole square plus y square equal to 9. A circle with center at 1, 0 and radius 3. So this is the circle. Just plot it on a graph. Next, what do? We just try to find the poles from the given question. Now here the pole is z0 is equal to minus 1 and the order of the pole is equal to 2. Okay, order is 2. So it's not a simple pole, it's a pole of order 2. Z0 is equal to minus 1 is nothing but minus 1, 0. Because Z0 can be represented as x plus iy. X is minus 1. There is no imaginary part, so y will be 0. So what did we do first? We identified what is the function f of z. Then we identified what is the given circle. Modulus of z minus 1 equal to 3. Then what do? We represent it on a graph. Thirdly, identify the pole from the given function and identify its order. Next, what do? Check whether z naught lies in the given curve or not. Z naught lies in the given curve or not. Z naught is minus 1 comma 0 here. So you can just check the graph. In the graph, you can see that minus 1 comma 0 is here and it is very well inside the given closed curve C. Only if the singular point, the pole, lies inside the given circle C, we will find the residue. Otherwise, we will not find the residue for that given pole. So find the residue, the usual formula we do. So residue at z naught is equal to minus 1 is given by limit z tending to minus 1. I've given this formula earlier. 1 by 1 factorial d by dz z plus 1 the whole square into the given function. What is the given function? E power z by z plus 1 the whole square. So this will just cancel out. You're just going to differentiate e power z and then you will apply the limit minus 1. So the answer would be just e to the power minus 1. So by Cauchy's residue theorem, what does it say? You will just find the sum of the residues at the poles and multiply 2 pi I. Here there is only one pole and the residue for that is e power minus 1. So it will be just 2 pi I into e to the power minus 1. So this makes the integration easier. What do? We just find the residue at the given pole and multiply it with 2 pi I. The previous question, first what do? We identify the function f of z. So here f of z is z minus 1 by z plus 1 the whole square into z minus 2. Secondly, what do? We will identify the given circle. Now the given circle here is modulus of z minus I is equal to 2. Now just rewrite it this way. So here, this is just for understanding, x plus iy minus I equal to 2. So this will be just x plus I into y minus 1. So this is a circle with center at 0, 1 and radius is 2. So what do? We just plot this circle on a graph. This is just for your understanding. You can just see this graph. The center is at 0, 1 and the radius is 2. Okay, so this is the circle. Now from the given question, we will first identify the poles. Now what are the poles here? The poles here are z naught is equal to minus 1, which is a pole of order 2. And the other pole is z naught is equal to 2. Now we will have to check whether which pole is lying inside the given circle or whether both the poles are lying inside the circle or not. Now let us consider z naught is equal to minus 1. That is minus 1 comma 0. Minus 1 comma 0, it is inside the given curve. So that is not a problem. We can find the residue for this. Whereas when you take the other pole, that is z naught is equal to 2, it is lying outside the given circle. So we will just ignore this pole and we will not find the residue for this. So we are now going to find the residue only for z naught is equal to minus 1 using the usual formula. So how do we find the residue? Residue at z naught is equal to minus 1. So like how we do it usually, limit z tending to minus 1, 1 by 1 factorial d by dz. Then we will have z plus 1 the whole square because it's a pole of order 2 into f of z. F of z is z minus 1, z plus 1 the whole square into z minus 2. So this will get cancelled. So you're now going to differentiate this. So you will be left with z tending to minus 1 d by dz z minus 1 by z minus 2. Differentiate this. You can use the quotient rule. So you will have limit z tending to minus 1, z minus 2 minus z minus 1 by z minus 2 the whole square. Just apply the quotient rule here. So now you apply the limit z tending to minus 1. Replace z with minus 1. Check. It is minus 1 by 9. So now, finally, now how will the answer be? Since there is only one residue here, the final answer will be 2 pi I into the residue, which is minus 1 by 9. Now this is our question. Integral over C, z minus 1 by z plus 1 the whole square into z minus 2 dz. So by Cauchy's residue theorem, this integration is made simpler. We just find the residue at the given pole and multiply it with 2 pi I here because there's only one pole here. This question, evaluate integral over C, 2z minus 1 divided by z into z plus 1 into z minus 3 dz, where C is the circle, modulus of z equal to 2. Okay. Now, as I have mentioned already, first identify the given function f of z. So here f of z is 2z minus 1 by z into z plus 1 into z minus 3. Secondly, we will identify what is the given circle. Here the circle is at center 0, 0 and radius 2. Okay, so you can just plot it on a graph. Center is at the origin and radius is just a rough graph for you to understand whether the pole is lying inside or not. So this is the graph. Thirdly, identify what are the poles from the given question. Here the poles are z equal to 0, z0 is equal to minus 1. So we will consider it as z1 because we have two poles here. And z1 is equal to 3. There are three poles here. Now from the graph you can see that z0 is equal to 0 and minus 1 will definitely lie inside the given circle. So these two will lie inside, whereas this pole z1 is equal to 3 will lie outside the given circle. Therefore, we will not find residue for this. We will find residue only for the poles z0 is equal to 0 and z1 is equal to minus 1. z0 equal to 0 implies 0, 0 and z1 is equal to minus 1 is nothing but minus 1, 0. You can just check it out. Okay, now finding the residues for this. Residue at z0 is equal to 0. So the usual formula we have, limit z tending to 0, z into the given function f of z. So here it is 2z minus 1 divided by z into z plus 1 into z minus 3. So it's easier here because both are simple poles. So we'll just cancel it out. You can just replace z with 0. So the limit here would be 1 by 3. I want you to check this. Similarly, we will find the residue at z0 is equal to minus 1. So here it would be limit z tending to minus 1, z plus 1 into the given function 2z minus 1 by z into z plus 1 into z minus 3. Apply the limit here. So here the answer is minus 3 by 4. Please check. So by Cauchy's residue theorem, finally the given function f of z over the closed curve C is nothing but 2 pi I into sum of the residues. So here it will be 2 pi I into 1 by 3 minus 3 by 4. So that would be minus 5 pi I divided by 6.